Liebe Gitarleser, mein Name ist Hanno Kleinert. Ich sitze hier heute Abend in Berlin. Die Gitarren im Hintergrund erkennt ihr vielleicht. Sie gehören keinem Geringeren als Mr. Steve Vai, der hier heute Abend gastiert und ein Konzert spielt. Vorher aber beantwortet er uns ein paar Fragen zu seinem aktuellen Rig. Viel Spaß damit. So, Steve, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for taking time.
All right.
Thanks for having us. Please introduce us to your rig.
Well, hello. This is Steve Vai, and we're here in Berlin. And we have a show tonight, and this is my rig that I use live. It starts with a Legacy 1 head, and then I have a Legacy 3 head that I pop in and out of for occasional sounds. And the output out of the back of the Legacy goes into this fractal unit here, which is the Axe effects. That comes out stereo and returns to the different Legacy heads. And that's basically the main in and out of the rig. I have a spare fractal as a backup. I've never needed it, knock wood. This is a carbon power amp, and what happens is I take the direct outs from the amp and I feed these monitors here, which I'll show you in a minute, because you got to come back here because I just got to tell you about this. This is a TC Electronics G-Force, I believe, that I use for the acoustic guitar only. That's just for acoustic. So then the feed out from the back of the fractal comes out to the pedal board here. So as you can see, it's a very simple pedal board.
It is.
Yeah, but this is all the effects in the within the Axe effects, and
so you have it like just stomp boxes?
Yeah, they're like stomp boxes, and then there's different presets, so you can create different kinds of things, and then different banks. Relatively conventional, but the sounds aren't. From the carbon power amp, I use these carbon cabinets as monitors. They're direct guitar cabinets, because this way I don't have to rely on the miking so much, to feed the monitors, because that always creates a real mess, because the sound is always picked up from the drums and the la la la, and then it just hits you in the face. So then, out of the guitar, I go into this Dunlop wah-wah. I occasionally use a bad horsey, but tonight we're using this. Out of that, it goes into a Gemini distortion pedal, which has 2 distortions in it.
It's a signature pedal?
That's my signature pedal, my signature Ibanez pedal. This is it can be used for various things within the fractal, but most of the time it's used when I'm using the harmonizer, the whammy in the fractal. And this is a volume pedal that's wired into the fractal, the Axe effect, so that's my volume. And this is really the only other piece of outboard gear that I have. It's a very cool new whammy pedal. It's the DT, and it has this function that you can step on the pedal, and it does the interval loop as opposed to weir, 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 weir. And I use this on one song, Weeping China Doll, where I get this, interval. I play a note and then the interval comes out. It's a different sound than the whammy. And then the most important piece of gear that I have really is this button right here. Because what this does, turns the fans on.
Makes sense.
And that's the Vai rig, and I use AKG mics, and occasionally I use when I need to sing, which isn't very often, or when I play acoustic guitar, I use the inner ear monitors here, and these are fantastic.
So otherwise you rely on the actually normal regular wedges.
Normal regular, and probably actually my most important piece of gear is the cotton that goes in my ears. So I got big ears.
The fans?
Well, the cotton and the fans.
It's basically the main background.
The main thing,
stuff.
yes. And the fans really, people, think I have the fan to blow my hair back. That's partly true because it keeps my hair out of my face, but it also keeps you kind of dry and cool because it gets really hot under the lights.
Yes.
And when you're playing, tonight I probably will use the fans very little because it's very cool in here, as you can tell. But we're going to heat it up quite a bit.